Two major forces currently define Israel's political landscape. One is the left versus the right. The other is those parties against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and those for him. Given that situation, some political observers say Israel may face another election result like the last three.
The dynamics in many ways are still the same. Benjamin Netanyahu is pretty much the favorite to be prime minister again. He's got plenty of challengers. Very few of them like him, and the electorate is deeply divided.
At the moment, Netanyahu and his allies may hold a slim advantage.
It looks like Benjamin Netanyahu and his preferred coalition partners are hovering right around the 61 magic number out of 120 Knesset members, which is what he needs in order to form a majority coalition. But the math is very tenuous.
Math is the key to Israel's elections, and the goal is to get those 61 seats in the Israeli parliament to gain a majority and form a coalition. Given the electoral landscape, Naftali Bennett, a former senior member of Netanyahu's cabinet and now head of the right-wing Yamina party, may become a kingmaker.
He is not committed to sitting with Netanyahu. However, unlike the other parties, he has not ruled out sitting with Netanyahu.
Some even think Bennett could become prime minister himself. He told CBN News he's up to the challenge.
Well, I'm running to become prime minister of the state of Israel. It's a huge responsibility. The country is 72 years old. We continue to be threatened by some of the worst countries in the world. Let's cut taxes, cut bureaucracy, speed up the economy in a Reagan-esque way.
Yet the majority of Israelis still prefer Netanyahu. Two issues dominate the minds of Israelis as they go to the polls: restarting the economy and the threat of Iran. The impact of a new U.S. administration is another major factor.
If the United States embarks on a back to the future policy of going back 5 or 6 years to putting more pressure on Israel and easing the breakup on Iran, I think that that's a voting issue that Israelis really have to be concerned about.
What Israelis decide will make a huge difference, not only for Israel, but for the region.
Stability for Israel is key to stability in the Middle East. And if Israel continues to be in chaos and Washington continues to be in chaos, there are going to be a lot of powers around the world tempted to exert their influence and make their mark in the Middle East. And that's probably dangerous for all of us. So it's a good thing to be praying for stability in both capitals.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.